She never sent him any photos or went to meet him in person, as she had a very strict mother who banned her from using Facebook after she found out that her daughter had been talking to a much older man. Another woman said that she had met him at a wrestling show when she was 14 and he was 21, where he immediately began acting inappropriate towards her and even made out with her after the concert. He tried to get her to come into his car, but it would seem she turned him down, but did give him her phone number. Shane would proceed to send her explicit texts for the next 2 years, before he finally coerced her into sleeping with him, after which he told her that what they did must remain a secret. Presumably following this, the two fell out of contact with each other. Another story involves a girl who met Shane through a mutual friend when she was 16 and went to a party with him, only for Shane and a friend of his to repeatedly give her alcohol to get her drunk. Shane then took her to his car, and you can probably guess what he did next. He would then keep the girl at his house for several days before her mother called the police, and they arrived to take her home. After this, the girl never spoke to Shane again. These are just several of the stories posted to the Victims of Shane Coates Facebook page. The page was actually what led to the police investigating Shane and ultimately arresting him. Shane's own mother has said that she believes all of the stories circulating about him. Shane is currently facing up to life in prison for the assault-year-old girl. People have also called for the arrest of his wife, Ty, as she is believed to have been his accomplice, but she seems to have gone into hiding. Shane Coates has shown what an absolute monster he is, and is now hated by the Juggalo community, and rightly so. If he does end up going to jail for life, it's most certainly deserved. One thing worth mentioning about Shane is some details I found out about him when he was younger. He used to be a scene kid in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Well, I say kid, he was actually in his early 20s by then. He would post these ridiculous videos of him basically acting like he had problems.
Oh my God! Ah! That picture's gay! That picture right there is gay! And you stupid! That picture fucking sucks! God damn! Who the fuck would post that on their MySpace? What the hell's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you post a dumbass picture like that one? God damn!
Hi there, guys! It's storming outside, and I'd just like to tell you that I like potatoes. Look at that weather. Look at this weather. Isn't that an awesome way to spend Christmas? In shitty weather. Yay! I love shitty weather because it makes me feel like a tard.
At first I didn't think it was the same guy because of how different he looked. But when you look closely at his face, particularly his eyes, you think, yeah, that's him. He was also a crunkcore artist performing under the name Less Than 3, and his music was absolutely awful. Why am I telling you all of this? Well, it turns out Shane's days as a crunkcore artist ties into the very next person on this list, as not only was he friends with this person, but he had also apparently been roommates with them. And while you may not have heard of Shane, I guarantee you have heard of his friend. Yes, Shane Coates' friend and roommate is none other than the infamous Davy Vanity.
Oh, why am I getting attacked with an ass? No! No! Fuck you! I'm under attack! Help! Help! No! Oh my God! Oh! I'm getting attacked by Davy and Jane.
Jesus David Torres is of course best known for being the frontman of the electronic dance electropop crunkcore group Blood on the Dance Floor. He originally got his start on MySpace, where he was actually a hairstylist, though it was actually revealed years later that he didn't know a thing about styling hair, was not a licensed hairdresser, and wore a wig, which is pretty obvious when you look at his high school photo and see that he was already starting to recede by then, so it stands to reason that he wouldn't have enough hair left by the mid-2000s to be able to style it like that. All of that said though, Davy still managed to become quite popular on MySpace, and he used his popularity to launch his band Blood on the Dance Floor in 2006, alongside his friends Christopher Mongillo and Rebecca Fugati, both of whom left during the recording of their second album. They were replaced by Garrett Marshall McLaughlin, who met Darby through his sister who was dating Darby at the time, and he would go by the stage name Garrett's Ecstasy.
Darby was together for about, a year, half year, working on that, and then I frequently joined. My sister actually started dating Darby, and I met Darby in Orlando at a Jeffree Star concert. And let's see. Well, after that, pretty much just happened. I started helping out with the Diamond album, and then after that, we collabed completely, and we're